Hello and welcome to my channel, Emma Jane's Garden. Today, well actually it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I should have done a lot this earlier in the day, but I haven't. So I thought I'd take you along with what I'm doing. It is a Sunday and I have a funeral to prepare for tomorrow because it's a super early funeral on a Tuesday morning. So it's a 9 o'clock funeral, but the funeral venue is actually an hour and a half away from where I am now. And it's a special one because it's in a woodland burial. So everything has to be completely sustainable, no metals, no nothing. So what they've asked for is a topper that can then be deconstructed and taken away by friends and family and used at the wake. They want a wreath that can be left at the burial site, a big jar of flowers, big vase of flowers that can take to their venue because they're not having a religious ceremony, and they've got a big having a venue and they want the same flowers to be at the venue as well, along with the ones from the coffin topper. They want an ivy garland around the coffin. It's going to be a lovely, I think it's either willow, I think it's a willow coffin. What else am I thinking? Oh, and then they've got flowers that they want to throw onto the coffin, and I think that's it. And a wreath. Did I say a wreath? And the wreath. Here are some of the flowers that I've got. It's not going to focus on them. So it's a real spring-like funeral. And on top of that, I've just got to make 2 bouquets that are going to my daughter's synchro squad. They've got someone special coming and training them today. So I've got to go and pick her up at 5 o'clock and take these bouquets with me. So I'm going to need to do those first. I'm really up against the clock now because I've realised I also need to walk the dog before it's dark and it's just started raining. So this is going to be, I should have started a lot earlier, but that's what happens. It's a Sunday and I've done all my week shopping. I've had to get my son out of bed, my husband out of bed, and I've had to walk the dog. I had to get my daughter to her synchro this morning. It's been a really busy morning and all of a sudden it's 3 o'clock and I should have started this about 2 hours ago. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is make the 2 little bouquets first, which I've got to take to synchro, just in case I don't get any of this done, because I can do this because I've got lights. I can do this tonight, later on if I have to. The reason I'm not doing it tomorrow is because it's an hour and a half away. I need to drive down there, and then I've got to do the willow. I've got to weave the ivy onto the willow casket, and then I've got to get back all in time for 3 o'clock to pick my kids up from school. So that's why I'm having to make it today. Right, let's get on with this bouquet making. Okay, so that's the bouquet done. Let's just sort out any, just got a little bit folded up there. You may have seen when I was on the video, I don't know how fast that video went, but I had to use a towel to dry some of the foliage because I went and picked it in the rain a minute ago. Anyway, that's one done. I just need to go and make the other one. Okay, so that's both buckets done. So both bouquets. I had to re-wrap that first one because I dribbled water all over the tissue paper. One really annoying thing about being sustainable is using tissue paper on paper. It's not as easy to keep dry as cellophane, but that's what we're doing, so that's where we're going. Anyway, I've re-wrapped them, both looking lovely, a bit squished in here, but they're only going to be in here for transportation. Right, it is now time for me to go and walk the dog, so I will have to come back and do, I'm coming, hi! So, it is time for me to go and walk the dog. I'm going to walk the dog, take these to the synchro, go and pick my daughter up from synchro, and then come back and finish all the rest. So it looks like it's going to be a late night for me. Yay. I've got a roast dinner to make as well. Don't like to make my life easy, you know, Sunday roast and all that. So I'm going to crack on with that, and it might be an early morning as well, so we'll carry this on tomorrow. Boy. Quick walk in the woods, and I've just had a phone call, so I need to go and deliver the synchro flowers earlier than I thought. So we're having a really quick walk, aren't we, dog? Well, where's he gone? He's there somewhere. Anyway, let's go and do this, and then we can get on with all the other flowers. Okay, so I've delivered the flowers to the synchro, and I've had to come back quickly because I wanted to try and get on with the ivy garland. Now, ivy garlands are simple but annoying to make, because you've got like reams and reams and reams of the most annoying ivy that just decides to tangle itself. And what doesn't help is that this is all wet because it's raining. I didn't have enough room in here because I'm sharing the garage with husband's side. I did not have enough room to store everything inside, so now it's all wet. Anyway, so for this we're just going to need some small pieces of raffia, a pair of scissors, and a ton of ivy. So roughly to go all the way around the coffin is approximately 16 foot. Obviously it depends, some coffins are smaller, some are larger. So the one I'm covering tomorrow is roughly 14 foot, but I'm going to make a 16 foot garland to make sure that I've got more than enough just in case. So what we're going to do is you just need to get long bits of ivy. So luckily I went up in the woods yesterday and I found some ivy just hanging down from the tree, so I just stood down, pulled, and it all came down. It's probably the easiest way I've ever collected ivy, but as you can see, ivy is quite sparse and we need it to look thick, not overly thick. So what the people are doing with this funeral is they're actually going to, I'm putting the ivy garland on, and they are going to weave flowers in themselves. So I've made them up a bucket of flowers, a little bit like this one here, that they are going to, the family are actually going to go and weave the flowers into the garland themselves. So I do offer a fully flowered garland as well, but obviously that does rack up the price. So they've decided to do it themselves, so I'm just applying a bucket. Right, don't know if I'm going to be able to show you what I'm doing because, oh, hang on, oh, maybe we can. So we've got the ivy like this, and then every time I put it down, it tangles up again. So I've got some longer bits here and some short bits. Okay, that's a shorter bit. Now I've just dropped my long bit. Oh, things ever easy. Right. Okay, let's get to the end. So making sure that your ivy is all lying in the same direction, which this isn't now. I don't know why, because it was. Just makes it look more seamless if it's all going in the same direction. So this is a nice bit of ivy actually, this is quite full. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to basically twist them together. I've decided it's actually more difficult. This is actually more difficult doing it when it's long than when it's short. I thought this would be easier, which is why when I saw that yesterday I was like, no way, that's going to be easy. No, anyway, we're just going to go along with some raffia and tie it at intervals. Use the raffia because you can't see it so much. It kind of blends in a little bit. And then just get to cut the extra off because you don't want to see the tails of the cut at all. Save your little bits because we can use them in a minute. I'm now wishing I'd got some short bits because this is actually going to be quite difficult. Now I know that my table I've got here is 6 foot, so I know I'm going to need 2.5 of these to go long. So I'm going to get on and weave this and I will show you once I'm done. So basically all you're going to do is just twisting it around each other, like this, just so that it makes one long. So you can see it's going to be like this. Here we go. Any bits that are a bit, we'll go over in a minute at the end and see any bits that are sparse, like this little guy. I'll go over some short bits, but I need to get the big bit done so that I know I've got the right lengths. Right, I'm going to get on with this. So this is the garland done. So I'm going to go through it again and just, there's a few bits which I think are a little bit bold here, but I'm going to do that in a minute. So let's just check the things we've got. That's one table. Two tables. See, some of these that needs to be pulled in. Half table. So that's my 16 foot. But that's 15. I'm just wondering whether I go a bit longer. Might add a little bit extra. Although I'm going to take, so that's actually 15 because it only comes to the middle of the table, which needs to carve another foot this way to be 16. So I have got everything marked on here. But so I measured it at 14, but I haven't actually measured the actual coffin because it's such a long way away. And the guy gave me the measurements. But obviously because it's going out and back in on itself, you just need to, the circumference could be slightly different. So what I'm going to do anyway tomorrow is take some ivy with me, so if it's looking a bit sparse in places, because I've got to weave this onto the coffin tomorrow, so it'll be, I'll use bits of raffia again, this stuff, to go in and through the weave of the coffin. So this isn't a wooden coffin, it is going to be a willow coffin, so I'm able to weave up and through it, so that'll be fine. There's no one in the coffin at the moment. He did ring me and tell me that. He was like, it's okay, we won't be putting her in until later, and I was like, that's okay. Not that it bothers me actually, because you don't see anything, because there's a lining even on the willow ones. There is a lining, so you wouldn't see anything anyway. It's just, if you're not happy with that sort of thing, then you do need to double check with the funeral director whether they whether the body's there or not. And you know what, funeral directors are super helpful, and they're actually all really nice, and they're really friendly, and they like to have a laugh. So, you know, it's a job, they do it day in, day out, so for them it's not anything scary. And actually once you do a few funerals, you realise that it isn't anything scary. There's nothing to be scared about. They're lovely. I love doing funerals. In fact, I'd do just funerals if I could, because I love doing them. Anyway, it's just me. I'm going to just go through and tie some more bits in this on, and then I'm going to go and get said daughter from Synchro, she's going to be giving the flowers out, which is nice. Her and her friend are giving the flowers to the people. What they've done is they're synchronised swimming. They've had someone come from that country to do a like a day workshop. So and it's a really top like synchronised swimming lady who's come down to do it. So that's what they're doing. So she's very proud that she's going to give the flowers to the ladies. Anyway, I'm going to just finish tying off some of this and I will be back. Okay, so I am back outside and I am just going to start putting the moss on the wreath, and then what I'm going to do is put the wreath outside. So I'm going to moss it, and then I'm going to twine it with some more of the ivy. Then I'm going to put it outside because it's raining and it will soak up loads of good rain overnight, and then first thing in the morning I'm going to flower it, and then I'm going to get on with the deconstructed coffin topper. Deconstructable, that's the word. Oh, it's getting late. It's not, it's only 6 o'clock. Anyway, right, let's get on with this. Let me show you the wreath. So this is the wreath. Oh, I just realised you probably hear my washing machine going around. I've got my washing going at the moment. So this is the wreath that I made yesterday. I love making wreaths. Look, they're so good. I love them. It's really sturdy as well. And then this is the moss. This isn't the best moss. This is actually a bag of moss that I got from the garden centre, this one. I don't often use that. I normally use a Welsh moss that comes in big bags, or which is sustainably sourced, or I get it from my own garden. So I've got loads. My grass is rubbish, so I've got loads of moss on it, which used to really annoy me until I started doing this, and now I love it. So but it's raining and I didn't feel like going and getting it, and I realised I had this half bag which needs using up anyway, so I'm going to use that. In fact, I've got 2 half bags. I've just found another bag, but that's dried out, that one. So I'm going to get on with this. Once I've done the wreath, I'll start on the deconstructable. Keep forgetting how to say it. Oh, it's not even late. It's only 6 o'clock. That I'll get on with doing that, which will be all these lovely flowers here. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So what I'm going to do with the wreath is I'm just going to wreath it. I'm just going to put the moss on, and then I'm going to twine it with some of the ivy that I've got left over here. Oh gosh, I've just shown you my mess. It's really messy in here. And then I'm going to leave it outside because it's raining, and it'll give it a good old soak. And then first thing tomorrow morning I'll put in what flowers I've got to go into this. First thing in the morning I'll flower it up because obviously it's going to be out of water, and the funeral's actually not till Tuesday morning, but it's 9 o'clock Tuesday morning, and like I said, it's an hour and a half to drive there, and I've got the school run to do and stuff, so there's no way I'm getting down there for 9 o'clock, and then it'll be like 2 hours with the traffic through Truro, which is our main town city, I think it is, in Cornwall. And I'll never get through there in time, so that's why I'm delivering it all tomorrow. But it's going to go in their cold room because quite clearly funeral directors have a cold room. So there's never a worry that a funeral director doesn't have a cold room, because obviously they do. So they're quite happy to take the flowers and put them in there. Right, let's get on. Okay, so I have done the wreath and I completely forgot to show you, but I've wrapped it in ivy, and then I started putting some bay in it as well. But I'm going to finish that tomorrow morning because I need to know how many of these flowers I've got left to put in it, and then tomorrow morning I want to get some of this heather, which is this stuff, which is really, I don't know, I'm just going to pick it up, it's really pretty, and then it goes from like little pink, stop picking up, little pink flowers all the way to the little white ones. So I'm going to pick a load of that tomorrow morning, but obviously it's dark now, so I'm going to do that in the morning. So now I'm starting on the coffin topper, and I'll show you, hold on. Okay, so this is my table here, and just here I have marked 3.5 foot. So that is how long the coffin top is going to be, and that is just enough for this, and then that. So kind of that. There we go. That's the length it's going to be, and then width-wise, it's probably that. So from here to here. So you don't want them massive, but she does want it trailing over the edges slightly. Yeah. So because she wants it trailing over slightly, I've got some really nice eucalyptus here. So this eucalyptus will drape over the edges lovely. And I actually found some of this awesome, look at this. This is a bamboo. I think that's going to look really lovely in it as well. That's going to have that like drapey effect, which is what they wanted, so that it drapes over the sides. I was going to put some ivy in. I've got some ivy spare. I've got a lot of ivy spare actually. But I think maybe I'm not going to bother, because I've got quite a lot here, and she wanted it to be more, that light's not good. She wanted it to be more flowers than foliage. Yeah, so I never showed you what I had to go in it. So I've got the tanacetum. I love tanacetum, it's so pretty. I've got some really nice snapdragons. I've got some alstroemeria. I've got the daffodils. Daffodils are more for the bucket of flowers that she's going to put around the coffin. And then I've got some tulips there. And then I've got some more tulips in the house. Oh, and here's some more as well. I've got the white ones. There we go. So everything from the UK. So all of this was from BJ Richards. All of this was BJ Richards. Quite clearly these are from Smith & Munson. So I ordered 150 tulips from Smith & Munson. These are for the throw-in. So she wanted red flowers to throw, but she wants yellows and whites for the all the other decorations. So I've got 50 of the red, and then I've got 10 spare, which I might just put a few in. It's a really big arrangement for the venue. I say the venue, that's like a wedding thing, isn't it? At the wake, that's the one. So at the wake she wants a really big vase of flowers. So I've got a lovely vase. It's all really wild, and that will be more foliage than flowers. But it'll be the same flowers that I've used, but there won't be quite so many. So because the topper is deconstructable, she's taking the topper back to the wake, so she'll be using the flowers there anyway. So I think it'll look nice like that. Anyway, I need to get on. Let's do this. Right, I'll start and then I'll show you in a minute where I'm at. Because time is of the essence here. I'm going to do both of the, okay, so this is going into 6 bunches, so I need to make 6 bunches. So I'm going to do the 2 bottom bunches, and I'm going to make them every time. I'm going to make them at the same time, so I'll make the 2 bottom ones, the 2 middle ones, and the 2 side ones at the same time, and then they should be fairly evenly matched as well then. Okay, so this is how I'm going to start. So I'm actually just going to place stuff on. I've got some more twiggy, and I've got some more I'm going to put some bit more foliage in for a minute, but I thought I'd just show you that although the mirror is absolutely filthy, I normally use the mirror for making wedding bouquets, but this is perfect. Another use for it is that when you're making a flat back bouquet, it's always nice to see what it looks like from the top. So what I can do is I can just move the mirror around so I can check that this is looking okay from the top, because this is the bit that people are going to see. They're going to see the top, they're not going to see the bottom, but I need to be able to line it up so that the stems are crossing and looking good. So yeah, this is what people will see. Okay, so that's the 2 bunches. They look quite pretty. So that's those 2. They're just going to go and sit in a bucket now until the morning. So there's the 2 smaller bunches. It's so pretty. They look brilliant as a wedding bouquet. Look, absolutely gorgeous. They're really stunning. I absolutely love them. Look at that. I absolutely love these. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so that is the 2, so that's 4 done. I need to do 2 smaller ones now, but they need to be slightly wider. So I'm going to do 2 and then call it a day for that for a minute, because I can always fluff it up in the morning. And then I need to get on with the big vase, but I also need to put my kids to bed because it's got late. I did go in and have tea in between. So it is about 9 o'clock now, so I'm going to have to go and put one of them at least to bed. But I'm going to make the 2 smaller bunches first, then I'm going to go and put her to bed, and then I'm going to come out and do the rest. And there are the last 2. Look, that's cute, really really sweet. Okay, the stems are too long for what I need, but I'm going to leave them long so they can have a good old drink tonight. Now I've chopped all their bottoms off. But yeah, they're really pretty. I really do love them. Look at that. I mean, be quite happy to receive that or do anything with it. It's so pretty, look. I just love the little touches of pink in there as well, and then I've got the occasional sort of dark pink red colour, just to pick up on the fact that she's got some red being dropped onto the coffin as well. I just think it looks beautiful. So, yes, beautiful they are. Anyway, I am going to go and put child to bed, and then I'm going to come out and make the big vase, and then I'm going to do the bucket of flowers for her to decorate the coffin with herself. And then if I've got time and I'm not knackered, I might get finishing the wreath as well, because I'm using these beautiful spring flowers. So actually most of this holds really well up out of water. So I've got the moss on there and it is wet. So I'm thinking that actually I might get it done tonight. I may not. I may just get up early in the morning and do it. We'll see. Right, let's go and put the child to bed. So, child is in bed. Took a bit longer than I was hoping. There we go. It's now 9:30. Really need to sort myself out. Do this a little bit earlier next time. Trouble is, doing it on a Sunday is really difficult because you're doing all my Sunday stuff. Normally I have Sundays and Mondays off, see. Doesn't always happen, in fact hardly ever, but Sundays I'll normally do, especially because my daughter does a lot of football and she does her synchros. There's always something on a Sunday generally. So, but anyway, I'm going to make the big vase now, which is going to be in similar flowers to what I've made the bunches up for the coffin topper. See, I can't speak now. Right. So that's my vase. I'm going to fill it with basically a ton of greenery, which I have loads of. I think I overpicked on the whole greenery thing. Then I've got some flowers, those ones still left. That's the two little bunches. Okay, let's get going. Lovely, it's big, see? I don't know. Maybe I'll put a bit more in a minute. Anyway, I'm going to put some greenery. Greenery, I've done that. I'm going to put the flowers in. I've got some lovely big flowers to go in. I've got some tulips. So yeah, let's go on that. Right, you ready? And that's that done. How big it is. I love it. Absolutely love it. So pretty. See? So pretty. So like I say, I've gone for more greenery in this than flowers. But there is still the hint of the flowers that I've got in all of the other bits and pieces. So yeah. I love doing these big things. I love to do big scale stuff. It's so much fun. Love it. Anyway, that's that done, so that can be left to do its thing, and that's it. I'm not going to do the wreath tonight. I'm going to finish that tomorrow morning. Then I've just got to put the coffin topper together, so it just goes in the bunches of plank of wood and they all get tied onto that, and then I've just got to make up a bucket of flowers for her to take to decorate. Again, I'm going to do that in the morning because that won't take long. So it is the next day, and it is much later in the next day than it really should be. had a bit of a disaster with the topper. Oh, there he is. No, there. I made the stems all too long, so when I started doing it I had to add more bunches, and then it wouldn't work, so I had to take it all apart. So it's taken me an hour and a half longer because I've had to redo it. Anyway, so I didn't video any of it because I was having a little bit of a stress. But I'll show you what I've got and what's going, and then I'm going to load it all in the car. So there's the topper. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. It's stunning, actually. I really like it. The middle section is the nightmarest bit to do because you've got to put it into moss, but actually I think it looks fine. And that is a 3.5 foot. Then we've got the wreath, which I finally managed to do. I wanted it to be really woodenly, so it's got these really lovely camellia buds in it all the way around, so because it's going to be viewed from the sides as well, so that's really lovely. I want it to be quite simple, so I've left that quite simple. This is the bunches. This is the flowers that she's going to be putting on the coffin herself, and these are the flowers that she's going to have in a basket to throw. We have the ivy garland, and I have some spare ivy. So that's it. It took me a long time to do this. You can see a bit of a gap there, but actually just need some of the flowers just need a move. They've got themselves a bit touched, but I'll sort it out when I get down there. But now I just need to get it all in the car. So yeah, that's all done. Yeah, let's get it in the car. Okay, there was one bit I did forget to show you, which was the big display. Oh, that sun's really bright. Big display of flowers that is going at the wake. I'll show you that one. So I think I showed it to you last night, but looks lovely. Oh, the sun's really bright today. Really pretty. Okay, so we're all packed in the car. I do love my nice new car. It's massive. I get so much in it now. So much better than the other car. Anyway, let's get going. So I got some nice photos of the coffin with the ivy on, but I don't want to share them on here just yet, just because I haven't asked permission from the lady, and I don't feel like today's really the best day to be asking permission. So they'll go onto my Instagram if and when she says yes to those. It did look absolutely stunning, and I know she did say she might share some photos to me of when she's weaved the flowers in and out, so hopefully I'll be able to share all of those with you. But anyway, it's all done. I'm happy, everything done. It went really well. I got back in time, did everything I needed to do, and yeah, all done. So thank you very much if you got to the end of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. Press the bell icon. You'll get more. You'll be told when I've put more videos out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.